Today's video is how I see the U.S. after living in Europe for 5 years.
We are Greg and Lisa, an American couple living abroad in Spain. If you are into exploring the crazy, funny, surprising differences between the U.S. and Europe, you came to the right place.
Yeah, so this will be interesting because we do live in Europe, but we've only been here for a year. So we don't know what to expect or what we'll feel about going back. So I'm interested to see what he has to say.
We're going to find out.
Yeah.
This right here, this is David Wynn. Of course, we're going to include a link in the description so you can go and check him out and support him. And right now, we're going to subscribe and we are going to like. All right, let's go ahead and see what happens here.
I just had a nightmare
that
I had to choose between 40 brands of toilet paper. It wasn't a nightmare. This is the US. I always enjoy coming back to the US to see family, friends, nature. The nature is unbeatable, especially in a place like California. But living in the US is sort of like living in one big Hollywood movie. It's an experience. The good, the bad, and the ugly. And after 4 years in Europe, I'm back in the US at the moment. So let me show you how I see the US now. It's time to do some grocery shopping. And of course, I hop in my car and drive 2 blocks to my local supermarket. And why walk when one can drive? Grocery shopping is an experience. And
2 blocks is close.
Yeah. I think we had a grocery store that was actually like across the street, but diagonal. And we would
we would drive.
We would drive.
We would drive, That's too far. We ain't in Europe. I'm driving across the street.
And we lived in, we were born and raised in California.
Yeah.
So we know California well too.
Yeah, nothing's close.
Adventure. You see, I'm used to only 1 or 2 choices of brands to choose from in the Netherlands. Here, there are like 50 brands of every.
That's true. I think our store, we have like one brand of.
It's one brand. The toilet paper is either large or small.
Yeah.
That's it. I think it's the same brand. It's either large or small.
Right. Your brand is large or small.
Yeah.
Everything to choose from. From toilet paper to sausages to coffee.
Oh my God.
Let's see.
Coffee.
Hazelnut.
Yeah.
Maple pecan. I'm going to go with caramel spice.
They don't have that.
Yeah.
They don't have it. It's just coffee.
I don't think I realized that until I just saw this right now. That is so true. You had almost a half an aisle of just coffee.
Yeah, and all these flavors: hazelnut, mocha, caramel. No, it's just coffee.
Yeah, just
here.
Coffee. Yeah,
it's this time. On one hand,
it's different. Like what do you call it? Strengths. Is a lot of them. You know, they're measured. 6 espresso, stuff like that. Yeah.
I'm glad we're doing this together because I would have forgot that. Thanks, girl.
And the variety is amazing.
Oh my Lord.
On the other, it can take me up to 15 minutes to buy toilet paper.
Yeah.
I know. Do you know about our national treasure, Costco? At Costco, you'll find anything and everything in extra, extra, extra large. Everything really is bigger in the US.
I mean, I can honestly say I'm not having a feeling of like, I missed this. I missed this.
I know.
I have like no feeling of that.
No.
It just makes me appreciate that we can go grocery shopping in 12 minutes.
Yeah. And I know this is a whole different subject, but I just think of all the bad ingredients that are in the food. That's what I think of.
I was not thinking that, but
that's what I think of.
Yeah, that's true.
Doritos. Those are just so bad.
But Doritos are good though. Sorry.
West. Plus the free samples. And the cheap hot dogs.
The cheap hot dogs. Sorry, let's bring back memories. Hold up.
In the US. Plus the free samples. And the cheap hot dogs.
$1.50?
Yeah, they were good when I was a kid.
Unlimited drink refills. This is America.
Holy crap, the selection is crazy.
It's Texas
and while it's really nice to come back and see all this variety in the supermarkets from Safeway to Costco to Trader Joe's, it can be sometimes overwhelming when you have every single possible combination of coffee, toilet paper, and it can take me up to 20 minutes to buy a bag of chips. And the thing about free soda refills, while I still love the concept, and I loved it as a child, it's actually not so free because it's going to cost you in the long run in terms of your health.
It's time to go meet some friends for
big gulps.
Yeah.
All those crazy things.
That's right. Slurpees.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sodas and stuff.
for lunch. And on the way there, I see them. Oh my.
Oh.
It's always a shock. The homeless. This is the part that Hollywood never shows. But life goes on. It's part of everyday life in a big city. But I am looking forward to lunch and the food scene in the US. From Asian to Mexican to everything in between.
Oh, dang.
There is something for everyone. And fast food everywhere. Every block. Every mall. Every day.
Seriously.
No wonder everyone is so big. Damn. I already gained 20 pounds. But I know I will lose it all when I get back to the
Oh
Netherlands.
my gosh.
I mean, I'm having some mixed emotions a little bit because I am kind of thinking that some of that stuff you were showing looked good, like the burritos and the quesadillas and the In
That's
and
because
Out.
we, here in Spain, they don't have good Mexican food.
Yeah, but the In and Out looked that didn't look horrible. I mean, it
In
looked
and Out is
good.
probably the only good
The
tasting.
brisket from Texas.
Oh, I know. Okay, all right.
I'm not doing myself no favors. I don't know. So that's weird. Like I know it's bad for you. I know all that kind of stuff, but golly, it's
The food scene
Tastes
in
good.
the U.S. is good.
yeah.
Netherlands. And during lunch, my friend
Tastes
mentions her
good.
son
I'm
had an allergic reaction. Went to the emergency room. Luckily, he
Oh.
was fine, but they received a bill for $20,000.
For going to the emergency room.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, that's
Yeah.
crazy.
We know about this. We have a $22,000 bill for
yeah.
Greg's. Oh, I mean, it was a heart procedure.
I don't
Or
care.
just they were checking, and it wasn't even a procedure. They were
No.
just checking on something.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
that was 22. But
Yeah.
yeah, this is ridiculous. That's
Yeah, just for
ridiculous.
going to the emergency room.
That's why
That's why
Americans
people
don't
don't go to the
go.
emergency room.
Yeah, exactly.
Damn.
Even
And
in
then
Europe,
my
it's
other
hard to
friend
go
tells me about the time
because
he
we're
fainted,
scared.
got transported to the ER and was handed a $10,000 bill. It definitely makes one think twice before deciding to go to the ER. And then we talk about
Right.
work, which is the most American thing to talk about. And he
True.
tells me casually, it's fine, same old, had to work this past weekend. Still working 60 hours a week. And I think to myself,
That was
Yeah,
great.
yeah.
60, 70 hours
Yeah.
before we left.
Yeah.
That's what made us really want to take that push and move.
Yeah. That's true.
If I ever decide to return back to the US, I think it would be quite difficult for me to adapt back to the American way of life, culture, in terms of working, the number of hours, the stress, the lack of vacation, the fact that people don't take their vacation days.
Yeah.
But I do miss parts of American work culture, the drive, the ambition, the energy, being surrounded by people who are very ambitious about their careers. It
Yeah.
drove me to become a better person, a more confident person. And to be honest,
That was really, you really saw that because we've lived in a few states in America,
Yeah.
California, Nevada, Texas, Washington, and California was the most driven.
Yeah. Yeah.
And, yeah.
I mean, it's interesting. I can see how that can make you, it can become a part of who you are. It kind of give you like goals of just to be more driven than the other person, which that's how it was for a long time.
Right.
Then the health messes you up. That's another story.
Consequences.
Yeah.
I do miss that because that is part of my DNA growing up in the US. But it's a trade-off, right? It's a trade-off between, yes, you do make a lot more money in the US, but the trade-off is time.
and then we start talking about vacation. Another friend tells me about his jam-packed 1-week vacation visiting 4 countries. And I was
Wow.
like, how is that possible? 4 countries, 1 week? Then I remember.
Oh.
That's how I used to travel as well.
Yeah.
And that's the thing, right? When you don't have that much time, you learn to pack everything in. I remember when I was traveling to Europe during my first time, I traveled to 10 countries in 2 weeks because, well, when you only have 2 weeks, you learn to pack everything in. I had this Google Sheets, the agenda every day from 7 a.m. to 10 p.m. Every hour had an agenda, something to do.
Exhausting.
Yeah.
That's the thing, right? When you travel so far to Europe, to Asia from the US, and you only have 1-2 weeks,
Yeah.
you better make the most out of your time.
That's true.
Now let's get back to paying the bill.
But wait, what the hell?
Hold on. I want to see this.
Yeah. Look at the.
2 adults.
We're probably looking at the tip.
It's like, oh, look, it's in Mountain View, California.
Oh.
Mm-hmm. But look, it's 110 Look at the tip. Oh my God, the tip.
Yeah.
Tip make me angry. I ain't even.
I know. You're basically, the tip is basically as if there was another person there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Is how we always felt like it
Right.
was.
Right. Sorry, I don't know. We going off on a tangent, but
I know.
But dang.
What is this? Sales tax? Tip?
Oh, sales tax.
Madness. I need to walk off this madness and the lunch. I walk towards Stanford University, which is nearby. I walk, and then I realize that I'm the only person walking.
Yeah.
Oh wow, it's a lot further than I thought.
Yeah.
No wonder nobody walks in the US.
Right.
I arrived at campus to see a bunch of tourists. American universities, especially elite ones, are tourist hotspots. The brand name, the letters, the cost of tuition. It's one of
That's cheap in comparison to some places that I've seen.
That is a
50.
lot.
I know I have some friends that their kids went to school. It's like 80,000
Oh my.
for 1
Lord.
year, not for 4 years, for one.
Right.
the biggest businesses in the US. And then I overhear some people talking about the most recent mass shooting.
A mass shooting at an American school in suburban Denver.
We are 25 days in,
Oh my
and there have
God.
been 40 mass shootings.
It seems like this is the norm nowadays in the US. It's sad and it's horrible. And oh yeah, the police, they beat up someone else again. What's sad is that many people no longer trust the police. And I know plenty of great police officers, but all it takes is a few bad apples to ruin it for the rest of them. Now I wonder what the news outlets are saying, because I've stopped reading the news. It's like this all-out war, CNN versus Fox. You get two different stories. It seems like such a divided country nowadays. The left versus the right, Democrats versus Republicans, the police versus the world.
And this is the thing that always shocks me when I come back now. How divided the country has become. I mean, you can literally lose a friend because of politics. The media has done a role in pitting this group versus this group as well. And it's sad because it doesn't seem so united anymore. It seems quite divided every time I come back, and it's sad. And the thing about the police, well, the police, they have such a bad reputation now, when in fact, they should be part of the community, protecting people. And yes, there have been very unfortunate events that have happened. But when I think about the majority of the police officers that I have met in the past, they've been good people, genuinely good people. And nowadays, we tend to label people based on this profession. It's a bias, when in fact,
Yeah, we've had, just to throw our 2 cents in there, we have had good experiences. Like, we haven't had any bad experiences with police officers when we get like pulled over for speeding or whatever.
I mean, nothing like they beat me up or anything, but
No.
I have been treated differently when I've gotten pulled over when I don't think I should have been treated a certain way.
Oh,
So,
you have been pulled over
Yeah. So
for not going.
for not
fast.
doing
Okay.
anything completely wrong. I was just in
Forgot.
the wrong part of a certain state. But yeah, but it happens. But I hear what he's saying. I mean, I have a lot of friends who are police officers. So, and we've had some police officers that have done some favors for some people that we care about. And by favor, I just mean giving them a stern warning as opposed to other things. So that's good. But then sometimes the bad come along and just mess it up for everybody. And then it
Yeah, they
becomes
mess it
a
up
national
bad.
issue, you know? So, yeah. Anyway.
I think it's wrong to do that. I think we should judge people based on their character, not on a label that we attach them to. But yeah, I hope things get better. I don't think so in the short term, but I hope things get better.
But hey, at least public restrooms are still free in the US. It's time to head to the mall to do some shopping.
That's true. That's still free out here, but
Yeah, the ones like at here in Malaga where we're at,
yeah.
they like at the train station, you got to pay €1. But they're nice.
Yeah, they are nice.
I mean,
though.
they're
have
gonna be
an
clean.
Attendant, they're clean.
Yeah,
You don't have to worry about toilet paper being there. You know,
Yeah,
they
but
are nice. But
some
that's true.
locations.
That was a shock when I came here. I was
Yeah.
like, wait, hold up. I got to pay to use the goddamn bathroom?
We didn't
I
understand.
that. Oh, yeah.
And say hello to American consumerism and overly friendly customer service people.
That's
Shopping
true.
in the US is sort of like a game, looking for deals, getting credit card points. It can be
that's
extremely
true.
fun and addicting. But this is all part of the game of American consumerism. So be careful, or else you'll be in credit card debt like a third of Americans. Well, it's late and it's time to head home. And of course, there's traffic at 3 p.m.
Yeah.
And this guy ahead of me just cut off the cyclist.
Oh, dang.
It's quite a shock to see bikes, cars, buses, motorcycles all merging together in one lane.
Yeah.
It
scary.
can be quite dangerous to cycle in an American city. I then go and meet some friends for a drink, and I meet all these techies. And of course, I get asked the popular question.
Hey, so
What do you do?
I make YouTube videos. Oh, so you work for YouTube and Google, right? No, I just make videos. Oh, okay. So this is something that Americans do really well.
Yeah.
Shame. It
That-
seems like he's shaming him.
Well, yeah. Well, that's true. But then also just the fact that he's asking about that.
Oh, the
I
fact that he's asking.
when we came here for the first time and went out to dinner with a friend, and I asked asked him what his wife did, and he looked at me like I just had something wrong with me.
Yeah.
It's like that's not something that they.
Yeah. No one has asked me what I do.
Yeah.
Or at all. I don't even know if anybody's asked you.
No. No. Nobody's asked me.
Yeah.
Other than my Spanish tutor, but she was just trying to teach me how to.
Oh, yeah. Say
how to
something.
say it. But that's it.
We tend to compare ourselves against one another. It's a very competitive society. And we do this at a very young age. Which school, which college did you go to? What
Yeah.
type
That's
of job, which
Yeah.
company, who got promoted.
Yeah.
It's part of the
Sad.
system. It's a very competitive society, in my opinion, compared to other societies. And I remember there was one time when I first started off my career, I was working in the Big Four accounting firm. And I went out to a bar with some friends. They were all investment bankers. And I was talking to this one girl who was an investment banker. And of course, we talked about what we did. And when I told her that I worked in a Big Four firm, she kind of looked down upon me and said something very judgmental, like, oh, you only work at a Big Four company. And so I just remember feeling very crappy at that point in time, like I wasn't good enough.
Oh my gosh.
But I don't blame her. It's the system that we grow up in. And we tend to judge each other based on what we do.
What a
Right.
long, exhausting
gosh.
day. Just another day in Hollywood. Just another day in the US of A.
Oh my God.
Wow.
This does not make me want to go back.
Yeah, that was really good.
That was
David
a
Wynn,
really
hopefully
good
we send some
video.
people your way because that was really, really good. But yeah, it does make you, it makes me know. I already didn't want to go back. But man, that just reminds me of why I just
Why
don't.
we left.
So, yeah.
Mhm.
Dang. So hopefully, I don't know. I don't even know what to say.
Oh, let's see what people are saying.
Oh, yeah. Well, yeah. I was going to do that just with
Oh, okay.
Damn. Jesus. All right.
See how I see.
I know. Okay, let's take a look here. All right. So let's see. Let's go this way. All right. Let's.
Oh my
Dang,
gosh,
these
they're
are
all long.
All right. Traveling to 10 countries in 2 weeks defeats the whole purpose of a vacation. It is stressful work.
Exactly.
A wonderful, sober, and personal presentation. Bravo.
And seriously, it was really good.
It was good. As an Italian that has lived in the USA, I have to say that the quantity of food is big in the USA, but the quality is not comparable. I'm assuming he means it's not.
So it's
good.
better in Italy, but
Yeah.
we get more of it in America, which is not a good thing.
Yeah. Let's check this one out. Grew up in Inglewood, California, moved to West Africa 3 years ago, and this is exactly how I feel going back.
Mm.
The weight gain,
my
talking
gosh.
about work with friends, everyone being so busy, people getting sick, the violence, the news cycle. I bet you there's people out there that can't even believe this is a real thing. Like this really happens there. Man, it really does. So
I know. We didn't even touch on the gun violence, the shooting. We didn't even touch about how we feel about any of that. Like this
Yeah.
is like so much to unpack here, but
yeah.
that would take forever. But this
All
was a good one.
This was a good one. This is a good
Yeah.
one. We appreciate you, Mr. David Wynn. And we already
Yay.
subscribed. Otherwise, I would do it again. But we already did.
Okay.
All right. Is that it?
Yes.
All right. Thanks for stopping by.
Bye.
Peace.